do some things today. Hey, Cappies, everybody, this full new moon coming in February 18th. January, my fault. January 18th, 2026. I'm going to be showing the TV as well. It says the hidden power of Ashe, the divine life force of the Orishas, unlocking Yoruba spiritual energy. That's for people who are interested. Be listening to some of that. I gotta make my compost. Well, I made some a little bit. I need to make some more compost. For winter plants. This little stuff in the background. I'm gonna try to stay on the side so y'all can see. I'll say. Okay, so however it goes. Readings, y'all need a reading. Donations, whatever. Cash out. My cash app is $goddess RS. Look in the description box. 62. So questions or anything y'all might want done in the description box. Always description box. I don't have my other phone, so I don't know why I can't write here. I can't pin anything. I can't do any damn thing. But, forces. Okay, I'm gonna cut it on.
In the whisper of wind brushing the leaves, and even in the silence before thunder roars. Something.
Yeah, y'all can see that good.
A power, unseen, eternal.
It's gonna be in the background.
And breathing life into all that exists. The Yoruba people call it Ashe.
Yoruba.
It is said that every word ever spoken, every drumbeat that calls the Orishas, every sunrise, every dream happens because of it.
Jalaru. I gotta find out what the hell I'm saying. Winnie.
A Babalawo, a Yoruba priest, stepped into the village square, raised his hands toward the gray sky, and whispered words no one understood. Within minutes, thunder cracked, and rain began to fall.
Power.
Witnesses swore it wasn't coincidence. It was Ashe, the divine command, made real. What is this mysterious force that shapes reality itself? Tonight, we journey deep into the heart of Yoruba cosmology to uncover the truth behind Ashe, the divine life force.
Hey, y'all come and give me some likes. I appreciate it.
So, sit back, because this is Africa Unveiled.
I'm gonna put a spread down. I'm gonna read it in a minute. Hey, Coco. Fine. How you doing? Doing okay? Staying warm?
Let me know where you're tuning in from. I'll be in the comments engaging with you.
You can hear me.
And if you're enjoying the content, a like and subscription would
Staying warm, Coco. Working hard.
Right.
Hardly working.
Let's get back to the video.
We gotta work smarter.
Ashe is not merely energy. It is conscious, alive, and divine. In the Yoruba worldview, Ashe is the spiritual current flowing through all creation. The essence that makes a river flow, a tree grow, and a god speak. It is the command that turns thought into being. To the uninitiated,
Hope they don't knock none of y'all out.
like magic. But to those who
We love to
understand,
do that.
it is the very language of existence.
Yeah, I got the
When a mother prays for her child,
Orishas.
when a drummer calls to Ogun with sacred rhythms, or when a storyteller's words ignite the
Child, they love to throw us through some shit, don't they?
Ashe moves
God
through
damn.
them. It is said
Crazy.
that Olodumare,
I'm glad
the
you made it
supreme
through,
being,
child.
spoke the
So
universe
glad.
into existence through the power
Crazy,
of
crazy.
Ashe. And ever since that first breath,
Ooh.
everything in creation,
They only knew how you really
humans,
feel.
animals, rivers, stones, even the wind, there is a spark.
A lot of people wouldn't be here.
But Ashe is not blind energy like fire or lightning. It has intention. It listens. It responds to alignment, to truth, to purpose. And when
Alright, I'm
called
putting
upon with
spread out.
purity of heart, it acts. Long
I
ago,
know.
a verse was said to have been
Baby,
passed
they
down
just don't know.
among the highest initiated priests. A verse so sacred that only those spiritually prepared could hear it without trembling. It was known simply as Oroti Inji Akshe, the word that awakens power. No one outside the inner sanctum knew the full incantation, but rumor had it that when spoken with perfect intention and rhythm, it could bend reality itself, summoning rain, halting disease, or guiding lost souls back to life's path. Across Yoruba lands, tales circulate of those who carried great Ashe in
Knock it
their
out the
voices,
box.
of
Knock
people
it
whose
out the
decree could
box.
silence a battlefield, a woman whose songs could calm angry spirits, and an aged herbalist who once healed a dying child by whispering into water before giving it to drink. Those who witnessed such acts never forgot. They said they felt something shift.
Now, how did my car get all
that made their hearts tremble.
junk on it?
That was Ashe moving.
Ain't no
Even
telling.
today,
Can't blame it on
others
nobody.
say,
I'm telling what I was
without
doing.
Ashe, even the gods are silent.
Okay.
In Yoruba
I'll read
cosmology,
this first.
Ashe.
Got the lovers first. It's for everybody. So, you know, the lovers, Gemini energy, something you love, or people you love, people, places, things, neighborhoods, communities, side piece, wife, husband, friends, whatever. Love, or you're loving it. It says deep connection with somebody, right? Passionate. Um, your choice to love, right? Then we got the Tower reverse. So it could be, like I was just saying. Hey, Alfonson Gaming. Hey, how you doing? Girl, I hear you. I was just telling I was the last reading was about clutter. Yeah, do you? You know, it'll be here. You know what I'm saying? Even after I'm off. Um, yeah, I say light as possible. Don't hold on to shit unless you know. Yeah, 'cause that's how they get you. Holding on to shit. Okay, so this might be the aftermath of a tower or something you trying not to do because you love motherfucker. I was just saying that. Okay. Yeah. You tend to be gentle and sweet and kind. Okay. Could be that. It says, although they trying to keep you down, crawling back up the ladder. You keep crawling back up. Try to relax, try to stay calm. You know, whatever lessons you feel you have to learn, you're trying to learn them lessons. You know what I'm saying? You're trying to teach others. You're trying to do what you can to keep going, to survive. It's a shame you have to keep on trying to survive, but whatever. After a while, you be a pro at it. Hello. Um, says frown. Turn that frown upside down. Yeah. Haters, of course. Underground. Basement. And underground. The elite. Okay. I haven't finished watching that series on that underground. The what they call it? With the elite trying to hide, started all the shit. Now they trying to go into hiding. Yeah, that. Okay. So, trying to be the bigger person. It says India, maybe from India. Don't have to be. It looked like Mexico too. Anyway. Seashore, dolphins, boats. Uh, could like calm music, water music. Could be washing. Shit, washing clothes. I don't know, for your kids, your family. Nine of Pentacles, because I am. Well, for me, not nobody else. Even my baby girl, she washed her own clothes. She was very good at that, keeping her stuff neat and clean, and decluttering a lot. So it's noise again. You could live in a city, coming out the country. It don't have to be country. Could, suburban neighborhood, or either somewhere that was quiet street, and you know, no, it's not so. Or we could have moved on a quiet street because it says no sound too. Maybe things too quiet. It's a no. But see, like this is like enjoying your peace, talking to nature. Something keeps interrupting that. It's reversed. Okay. No privacy. Yeah. Could be in a situation right now. Um, Depending on money, not free, no energy. Keep your energy. That's why I sit down and maybe a cool elixir or drink, whatever make you, feel that way. Tea, whatever the deal is, coffee, some type of drink, enjoying it, trying to chill. Could have been after an actual storm. Stuff got damaged, or, well, maybe not. Got the Queen of Cups and the King. So she's a reverse. So she's either being a bitch or upset that she had to move, upset that she has no peace. Speaking her truth, Ace of Swords will have truths. Okay, Two-Edged Sword, mirroring effect. Needs work. Okay, y'all could be repairing something. This could be repairing. Maybe y'all own some apartments, or you stay in apartments. Maybe y'all the maintenance. Maybe y'all whatever. Could be your house. Could be your car. Airplane, train, boat. They'd have him sitting by boat. Whatever the deal is. Mechanic. Maybe she's more mechanically inclined than he is. Okay? Ain't nothing wrong with that. Dad could have taught her well. Whoever taught her, uncles or whatever the deal is. Clarity, potential, intellect, success, idea, the truth. So, I don't know, somebody going to get different parts for something. Yeah, I was very handy. Although my partners were handy, especially my little girl's dad. But he didn't like doing shit for me. He had too many handlers, child, in their relationship. But anyway, oh shit. This could be starting an engine. We also see magic. Okay, an idea about that. Okay, could be a kid's car repairing, grandkid. Because my grandbaby has a little car like that. She's so cute in it. The actual car. Somebody left, maybe don't like the heat. But no arguments so far. 8 of Wands. She's upset. Maybe she want to start it. You're trying to keep everything calm and cool. Fast moving. Ooh. So somebody got in the car or the truck or whatever the deal. Train. Something. Fast moving. Somebody got the hell on. Spoke their truth. Got in their car and got the hell on. I don't know if they sprinkle some stuff. Positives. Yes, yes. Maybe need to use magic, witchcraft. Come in shots. Damn. Is that a weapon? Love spells. Action through. What the hell? Nine of Pentacles upright. They wanted their peace back. They wanted some their peace back. Abundance. Okay, success. Confidence, wealth. Page of Pentacles, student, learning how to shoot. Shooting range. Early stages, childish. Fresh start, focus. Effective. Researching. So maybe somebody was late for school or taking the kids to school or something. Okay, this could be living situations or different situations where somebody is around a lot of noise. Um, and I don't know if he had to act a fool in order to get the noise to stop. Okay, could have been some young kids around. I don't know. Two of Swords reversed. Birds. Hitting two birds with one stone. Guard down. Not telling you can fight. Laser beam. So somebody had to take action. They had to do something. Yeah. Then we got Scorpio again. Reverse. It won't change. Regardless of how you talking to a person. You feel like it was a waste of time. Gay, transgender, not supported. Not nice. No protection. Somebody want their lover back. Wanted the peace to come back or something. You still on that, using that child, whatever. Still letting shit happen naturally. Yeah, letting it happen naturally. Okay. Pisces energy. Carrying a piece in that car. Maybe they was gonna hurt somebody real bad. But taking two birds with one stone. Dang. Bird watching. Maybe killing some birds. I don't know. Teaching somebody how to shoot a gun. I see. Letting your guard down. Aim. Says loss. Ace of Cups reverse. Somebody not loving it. Waste, spill, broke. Or breaking. Not receive. A stream, water, river. Not receive, waste, spill. Could be an actual spill in the house. Pipes keep busting or something like that. Hot water heater, whatever, because they got pipes right here. Look like pipes, hot and cold. Salt and pepper. Hot and cold. Like I said, somebody could be washing, taking a shower, but something broke, something happened. Water. You know, we having issues over here as well, so that's why I said that. Somebody doing it through magic. Somebody doing it intentionally. Make you waste money, resources, um, trying to make you look bad or something. Same old bullshit. God damn. Three of Pentacles and spiritual, yeah. Could be evil, religion, spiritual, whatever. You see it with this high priestess. Could be a Pisces Cancer as well. Going through the waters, using what their element is. Oh, you know what I was supposed to have been doing? In the closet. Some type of, all the skeletons coming out the closet. Maybe we need to look in that closet. Maybe to look deep inside of yourself as well. Or something might be in the closet. But a water spill or spill in the closet or spill in the walls, in the pipes. I was talking about fungus yesterday. Spiders not changing. Black eyes out of town. And somebody just got their kid back from CPS. Had to go through the steps. Loss. Wheel of Fortune. Ooh, I like the smile. Wait a minute. What's that? Um, mm-hmm. Damn, I can't, I hear the song in my head, but I can't bring it out. Except it's Can't Escape. Stuck on you. I got a feeling that okay. Just can't, but I'm on my way. I'm mighty glad to stay. If somebody didn't want to stay, but they stayed. Left, or maybe came right back. Remind me of Tamar's song when she left Vince on the video. She back to you. Yeah. Turn it. Went back. I'm saying nothing. Maybe want to fix it, heal it, fix it, rub it down. Dark night of the soul. Okay, got a lot of water and Virgo and Pentacles. Good investment, or I don't know, something. The peace got interrupted in this situation. Knight of Swords. Virgo energy. Pisces, Virgo. Whoa. Eight of Swords. Stuck on you. Stuck. Okay. Knight of Swords. Speedy situation or finishing. Virgo, they coming behind your back. Oh, I'm sorry, I ain't see. Oh. Go on to school. Boom, girl, whatever your name. Go to school or you homeschool like my grandson. Everything do, well, except for rats. They say rats don't hunt. Ram. at pan whatever 2846. How you doing? I don't know if somebody trying to do this to you, bird. It's just another situation. Somebody did put a gun inside of their car. Oh, it's police. A driver. Police chase. Knowing where somebody's secretly at. You looking at time. You looking at something else. Records. Cause Page of Pentacles. Studies, school. I'm looking at paperwork or something. Alchemist. Ghost. You ghosted somebody or somebody ghosted something. Okay. 7 of Cups. Hey, New Zealand. Love to visit one day. Have you ever been to America? So I don't know, in another sense, something you found. Oh, for real? Yeah, wait a while. Got a lot going on over here. Too much. Too much. Ain't like it used to be. People showing their ass. I don't know how it is in your country, but I'm pretty sure every country having some bullshit going on about right now. Just stay in that hermit mode if you can. 7 of Cups. Everything glitter and gold. Yeah. Money improvements. So what did you find, Virgie, or looking for? Not in your favor. Or is it not yours? Or it's on top of the Queen of Cups. I don't know. I keep getting Tomb Raider with Angelina Jolie. Somebody want to take it from you? Oh, for real? I know that. I looked up that. I think I did a video on that. Can't remember, but I remember that in January. Yeah, I remember that. Can't remember all what I did the video on, though. All kind of stuff. A lot of them I took off after my baby passed away. I was angry. Or did you call the police, Virgo? David Gemini, Aquarius. Jail, kidnapped, trapped. Yeah, thanks, yeah. Yeah, a whole bunch of bullshit. Anyway, did you see something, Virgo? You calling the cops about something? Are you visiting? Because we got the Matrix here, then we got 10 of Cups. To the family member in a country, so, okay. Got a lot of people doing videos of police messing with people. Good and bad. You got some doing some fucked up shit too. Okay, we got Zeus. We got Caesar. Rome, Romania. Got ghosts, goblins, jury, facts. No fortune. Somebody. I think Glen ain't go. Rainbow. Yeah, somebody don't want to touch it. 4 cups. I didn't take the right advice. Like you visiting somebody or pleading with somebody or trying to tell your story. Um, Page of Swords, reverse. Of how something happened or offer. Something you didn't touch. It says Wheel of Fortune on you. You didn't do it or you didn't touch it or I was actually bored with the situation. Missed opportunity. Um, Secretly spying. So somebody accused you of looking at something or looking at. Sorry about that. Spying on a family. Or doing something. Secret society, maybe. Police. Mm-hmm. Fugitive. Trying to get away with it. Expansion. Portal, dimension, wormholes. They say spiritual. Somebody with spiritual realm. Astral traveling. What? Says innocent, free. Taking a chance. Leaving. Exploring. No plan. Joker. Start anew. Beginning. Unknown. Queen of Wands, reverse. Not dressing up, just taking what up on your back and going. Low energy. Notice the witch card too. No children. Somebody was spying on somebody with children. I just heard witch's counsel. Ace of Cups, given to you, truth, love, security, helping hand, clean overflow, trophy. Gift. King of Swords reverse, abusive. Drink. Intimacy. Love. Elderly person could be too. Um, Somebody you love, any uncle, mama, daddy, grandpa, whoever. Okay. Demoted. Issues in love. Quiet power. Manipulate. Detective. Lying. lies. Because somebody gave somebody the right to do such a thing. Got a leprechaun, pot of gold, other side, both sides. They can go access to both sides, Rainbow Bridge, both sides, Bifrost, Bifrost Bridge. They can travel above some spiritual shit. Nine of Swords. I don't know, somebody like what they seen, or fucking with somebody in their dreams, or something you seen in your dream. Maybe it's a dream. It was all a dream. About family. Or when you're younger, childhood memories. Maybe you're remembering something. Oh, we got sorry to hear. Yes. Oh, really? Scam investment. Yeah, they tried to get me the other day. Tell me I go on my cash app. Gonna give you some money, but then they want you to send them $50 and your cash app with your bank account money. Ain't that a bitch? Five of Swords, ego, being left carrying the load, turning their backs on you, or just looking over your shoulder. Conflicts, loss, grudges. Are you taking? They mad you got it. Hey, Ellis. And then not healing again. Star reverse. Another loss. Chalk up the deuce for the north. Faith. No faith. Lost faith in something. That's okay so far. Just trying to stay busy, child. So bored. I am so ready to move around. Kind of disappointed, but it is what it is. Ain't nothing I can do about it. Thank y'all for the love. I appreciate it. Your hearts. Let me see. Aliens. Alienated or aliens. You lost hope in something. Drowning. Not healing. Stop stealing. Heal. Falling. Aquarius energy. Aquarius is so many things. Let's see what the next card is before I say anything. Five of Cups reverse. Foreigners. Healing. Feel good. Open. No losses. Wanting to feel this way. Five of Cups. Okay. Tired of losing. Tired of things not going your way. Maybe somebody just tired of the whole fucking shit. Tired of the dreams, tired of the nightmares. Tired of seeing visions. Maybe you don't want to see visions. Ain't no normal life, so you can forget that. Visions is actually going to save you, spiritual realm. But somebody asked you, somebody doing some stuff to you. Maybe that's what you've seen. Family members, while you sleep. Studying you too. Could be aliens. experimenting. No conflicts. So you'd be a Virgo with a, don't have to be, big blood type. They seem to fuck with y'all. They cipher information from y'all. I did a video on that. Emotional, your childhood. I don't know, it's kind of all over the place. Yeah. Three of Swords, broken hearted. Or trying to fuck with your heart. Trying to stop it from healing, beating. Maybe they went to some foreign people to try to do that. Knight of Wands. Manipulate. Reckless, want to have their way. Chase. Player. Hard ass. Didn't see it coming, excuse me. Arrogance. Right under arrogance. Manipulator. A no. Lied on by loved ones. Shooting range or shooting. I said that earlier. Mask off. So you pretty much know that what's going on. You have a vision, or they give you visions of what people are doing, they moves. You putting two and two together. Um, that's on another note. The lovers, what was reversed, that realizing there's no love there. People don't act like this. Who love you? And it could have been from childhood. You didn't feel love. Reconnect with old friends. Old hauntings. Rekindling. You're not gonna do that. I don't know if somebody got a high school reunion coming up. I can't even count mine. I don't even know. I went to now one. I graduated in 1980. Baby, I wasn't thinking about them damn. None of that shit. Didn't want to be there. Inhumane. Abuse of power. No empathy. Lies. Chase. Mind. King of Swords reverse. Very abusive. Especially with that tongue. Two manipulators. They team up together. Still plotting, scheming. So you didn't, the unknown. Did that yesterday. They letting you know what's known, what's going on. Queen of Swords. So we got a couple. It's very manipulative, dishonest, telling half-truth, lies, trying to say their own ass, cold, dishonesty. Irresponsible. Okay, that's what I want to do. Put on TV right quick on We're watching Ashe, Alicia's explaining some stuff. Just kind of hanging today. Capricorn, hope they came back out too. Let's see what you got to say. Said he was shy and all that kind of stuff. Family. Damn. Ten of Swords. The Sun reverse. Nine of Cups. Improves, pleased, overeating, trophies, baby shower. Choices, party, wishful, victory. Man, he's so nice. Okay, with family. Could be a child. Or felt as a child stabbed in the back. I don't know. Or stabbed. I had grew up with some people. The mom was, that happened to my cousin in Louisiana too. She worked for, during those times, you would work for, Caucasian people and you would go stay and watch their children and yours be neglected. I was telling y'all about, the oldest one kind of turned the boys into thieves and the sisters into prostitutes. But that's one scenario. In Louisiana, my kinfolks, her kids didn't turn to prostitutes. Just kind of had a family unit, but they did some sneaky stuff too. She was gone a lot, working for Caucasian, taking care of their kids. Stabbed in the back, pain, sadness about stabbing someone in the back, legal energy, baby shower or baby birthday coming up. What is this? Aquarius, opposite Leo's Aquarius anniversary. My daughter was prepared when she passed. Somebody bring flowers to somebody trying to be funny. Think the shit funny. I figure you won. It's not a one. I don't understand the winning situation. I don't understand when people fucking with you. And yeah, the creators, ancestors taking care of you, stuff like that. But there's no winning situation. But people play games, so they think that kind of way. That you playing games too. That's the mentality that they have. They need to do inner healing, and they don't want to do it. So they think everything is a game. But we got these higher ups, and like I say, the ones controlling this, they play a lot of games too. No winning, she, not coming back. Even if everything comes out and people get what they deserve, still not coming back. You know what I'm saying? Thank you. Appreciate that. Yeah, people need to stop. There's no win-win in this shit. And then shit start happening to them. Just two, yeah, two of pentacles reverse. Crazy. Crazy, crazy. You know, life gonna take, I've been here, finna be 63, 63 years. And what I've learned is they're gonna be hard ass times that you never would have thought happened. You have to hold strong. You can't blame others. You can't find you can get a safe place. You can get in a hermit mode, find something else to do. If you have to go back to school, some kind of way to survive. Get the grant money to survive on, whatever you need to do. But you can't, I mean, people do. But I'm saying, so it won't blow back in your face. Hurt others for you to climb up the ladder. That shit gonna fuck you up. I don't care. You might get away with it for a long time. And some people don't have no conscience. But it's gonna be that way. Whether that works, and it's gonna be another situation. It's just how this is a test planet. This is a school. You know, you have all kind of choices. You know, just make sure you check out the choice before you jump into it. You hurt, somebody let you go. They figure out you know, you're not for them in their life, or you, and that should be okay. I mean, it should be okay. We don't fit. Boom. Person not answering, don't come around you. They already told you how they felt about the situation. Leave them alone. You want to make them, then it turns to obsession, then it turns to you want to do something to them, then you want to destroy their life, and then you're destroying yourself, having too much on your brain of that person, destroying your own molecules. You know what I'm saying? Focusing on somebody else when you can be focusing on what you came here to do, because we all came here to do some shit. I don't know. Like somebody trying to plead their case to manipulate. Let's see. Four Swords, King of Pentacles, and Justice. Two of Pentacles reverse, Ace of Wands reverse. Didn't have the balls to do what? To sleep with someone, or you don't have the balls to come at you. So, see what I'm saying? People mentality, it's like people trying to live and get through what they need to get through. And these people playing games and thinking the shit funny. I don't know. Knight of Pentacles reverse. No mass, no message, no. I mean, you don't really want to answer that bullshit. You know what I'm saying? And if you give them the truth, you know, of things and your intuition, they don't want to hear that shit. They don't want to hear. They don't want to hear that. Or they call you a rat or something. I don't know. Six of Swords reverse. So we get on here and tell advice. I kind of like shut up. Not getting away with it. Libra, Pisces. Speak on it. Sleep on it. Emperor. Seven of Pentacles reverse. Not working. Evidence. ATM crops. Something not growing. Destroyed evidence. Lights out. Not healing. Didn't work. Left Hollywood, died, dying, falling. Don't want to be Hollywood. Bad. Don't want you to shine. Corporation. Mad scientist. That's what I was gonna say too. I did say it on the last story. Because Aquarius, Pisces, right by each other. Justice system, speaking your truth, wisdom and wise. And also we got them two that don't want somebody to heal too. Aquarius energy, but they're not gonna get away with it. And we got the Emperor, not giving any more money or wants to get rid of evidence and get the hell out of the country. It says new orders, new ideas. Artifacts, winter. Leave out the country. Same patterns. Ace of Wands reverse. Self-doubt, missed opportunity block. Not inspired, confused, lazy. No love block. Unknown. Okay, so it's definitely about investments. Four of Pentacles, elite. Letting go. Spending somebody else's money. Money out the bank account. Cleaning a bank account out. King of Swords. Truth, spying. And the Hermit again. In secret. Good decision, mature. Discussing some stuff. How to get over. Mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm. Is that the Temptations? Runaway child, running wild. You ready to go back home? Where you belong? Get lost in this great big city. Gotta go back home. It could be police detectives too. Somebody hiding out. Could be a sniper. Shit. Where you belong? Or ghosted, disappeared. Could be looking for a child. No evidence of where they at. Somebody know it says help. If you're not helping me, what the fuck are you here for? Dirty motel, hotel, crime scene. Lying in your face. Be careful, you could be next. Using a psychic to solve a crime. Disturbing the peace. Oh, you're disturbing Toyota. That's what that is. Loud music, loud noise. Um, get mad, glad. I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna wear you down, Laura. Mm. So somebody fucking with somebody to make them do what they want them to do. Driver's license, audit. I don't have a family, so I'm not worried. Hate that my family, hate my family anyway, and grandkids. They should die. Oh, damn, that's harsh. I have nothing to do with their lifestyle. That's your problem. You fucking yourself when you fucked over me. Know the difference. Ancestors, creators, and Ashe. Warlocks, good and bad. Show yourself. The battle of the strange man, rapists, tarot reader, Taurus, store owner, or could be involved, trafficking dope, creating the people, cheating the people, a ring, Gemini that hangs at store across the street in Capricorn. Women rapists to watch your kids, babysitters, daycares, paid to leave them in car or bus to die. I think that came up already. Sloppy Joe in trouble or fired. It came up with yesterday. Sloppy Joe job. He caught, arrested. Yeah, that came up yesterday, didn't it? What's in your wallet? Want your royalties. Damn fools. Your own children, not all, may have set one up. Kidnapped the wrong child, children, tortured, false, photographers, school, etc. When you and spouse break up, divorce, still be in your child's life or other parents. Don't stop it unless dangerous. Don't lie. Can't come against everyone and think they won't react, retaliate. Not scared. Hello. Wife, husband, sister stealing his or her inheritance. Forged signature. Someone's sick. Jealous because you keep a job. Are you a hustler? I'm a hustler, baby. Buy a new vehicle. Your son, innocent. Shooting a cop. Father involved in a murder. Family of deceased is after them or hired someone. Checkerboard train. We fuck, no love making. Graduating college or university, whatever. Curse your love life, even your self love. Blocked. If true love never will be, if it's true love, it never will be blocked. Will you join my third party relationship? Face it, you're some of your kids are murderers, criminals, and enjoy generational curses. Going back in time to save loved ones. Going back to Indiana. Indiana, here I come. I'm going back to Indiana. 'Cause that is where I started from. Government secrets target your family. You hiring, programming others to hurt or kill y'all. Target your family or you. Hiring, program others to hurt or kill y'all or cause mental illness because you're not programmed. Ain't no person in the world can make you turn on someone you love. I would die for you. Ain't no woman like the one I got. Protect. And get your eyes checked spiritually. You not seeing correctly. Being tricked. Let's start the video again.
It is the invisible link between the divine and the
I
living.
smoke.
It is why words matter, because every word carries potential. Every blessing, every curse, every prayer releases Ashe. To speak is to create, to act is to command, and to live with awareness of your Ashe is to walk in harmony with the divine rhythm of existence. So when the rain falls after a sacred chant, or when a witch whispered with faith becomes reality, the Yoruba do not call it love. They call it Ashe. Before the first dawn ever touched the earth, before the rivers carved their names into the soil, there was only Olodumare, the Supreme Being, the infinite source of all that is and all that will ever be. From Olodumare came light, life, and Ashe, the divine current that holds the universe together. In the very beginning, the universe was silent. The stars had not yet been told to shine. The earth had not yet taken form. The winds waited, still and listening. Then Olodumare spoke, and from that first sacred utterance came the vibration of creation itself. That vibration was Ashe. The Yorubas say that Olodumare did not simply create the world, but commanded it into being through the power of Ashe. Every word, every breath from that divine source carried purpose, direction, and light. Through that sacred force, the Orishas, the divine emissaries and powers of nature, were brought forth. Each Orisha was given a portion of Ashe, a sacred measure of divine authority. Obatala, the sculptor of humanity, received the power to mold life from clay. Ocean, the goddess of the rivers, was given the sweetness of love, fertility, and grace. Ogun, the warrior of iron, carried the fire of strength and transformation. Yemoja, mother of the seas, held the Ashe of creation and nurture. And Esu, the divine messenger, was entrusted with carrying Ashe, the spiritual command, between the realms of gods and mortals. Through them, the world took form, mountain and valley, ocean and sky, day and night, all moving to the eternal rhythm of Ashe. The Yoruba believe that Ashe flows like a descending river of divine energy from Olodumare to the Orishas, to the ancestors, and finally to humanity. Like sunlight passing through the branches of a great tree to reach the forest floor, Ashe moves through every layer of existence. It is why the ancestors are honored, because their Ashe continues to guide and protect the living. It is why the Orishas are worshipped, because through them, the divine command of Olodumare remains alive. But Ashe is not given equally. Some are born with a greater share. Those destined to lead, to heal, to create, to inspire. These are called Asahaju Ashe, those who carry power ahead of them. Priests and priestesses, kings and queens, drummers, poets, and storytellers, all who move others with words or presence, are believed to carry potent Ashe. You can feel it in them, that quiet confidence, that energy that shapes the space around them, that invisible authority that needs no crown. Ashe is not always inherited by blood. Sometimes it awakens through destiny, sometimes through discipline, sometimes through divine favor. Even even a humble farmer, if his heart aligns with truth, may carry Ashe powerful enough to move mountains. Among the oldest Yoruba traditions, there is a whispered story of the Emi Olodumare, the breath of Olodumare. It is said that when the Creator exhaled to bring life into the world, a fragment of that sacred breath remained, hidden within the verses of Ifa, the Yoruba system of divine wisdom. Only the most enlightened Babalawo, the priests of Ifa, are believed to have glimpsed its trace within the sacred verses called Odu Ifa. One of these verses says, Ashe Ninda Aya, Ashe Ninda Orun, Ashe Ninda Ohun Gbogbo. Ashe creates the earth. Ashe creates the heavens. Ashe creates all things. Some say that within these ancient words lies the vibration of the Creator's first command, the sound that sustains all existence. But to speak it without spiritual preparation, the elders warn, is like trying to hold lightning in your bare hands. Throughout Yoruba history, sacred rituals were said to amplify a person's Ashe, allowing them, for a brief moment, to channel more divine energy than their body could normally hold. These rites were performed only by priests and initiated elders, often under moonlight, beside sacred rivers, or before ancestral shrines. Drums would thunder, voices would rise, the air would thicken with incense and chant, and in that moment, something unseen would awaken. An elder from Oyo once said, when we called upon Orunmila with pure hearts, the world stood still. Even the trees held their breath. We knew Olodumare was listening. In those sacred gatherings, Ashe flowed through everything, through the rhythm of the drums, through the voices of the people, through the silence between the notes. It was never something to possess. It was something to enter into. A living relationship between humanity and the divine. To understand Ashe is to understand creation itself. In Yoruba cosmology, the universe is not static. It is alive, breathing, expanding, and responding. Ashe is the heartbeat of that living cosmos. When Obatala shaped the first humans from clay, they were only empty shells. It was Olodumare's breath, Ashe, that filled them with life. When rivers flow, it is Oshun's Ashe guiding their current. When lightning strikes, it is Sango's Ashe, expressing divine judgment. Without Ashe, nothing can move, act, or exist. Even death, in Yoruba belief, is not an ending. It is a transformation, a shift in vibration, the continuation of Ashe in another form. This flow of divine energy creates a sacred balance between heaven, Run, earth, Aye, and the unseen world, Ipora. Every being, every spirit, every living thing plays its part in this cosmic harmony. Olodumare is the infinite source. The Orishas are the channels and guardians. The ancestors sustain it through memory and presence, and humanity continues it through action and intention. The Yoruba say, Kosi Ogunti Ashe Ko Leda. There is nothing Ashe cannot create, but with that power comes responsibility. To misuse Ashe, to speak without truth, to act without humility, brings imbalance. That is why Yoruba wisdom teaches that Uwapele, good and gentle character, stands above all power. For only a heart aligned with truth can hold Ashe without being consumed by it. And so, through Olodumare's breath, through the hands of the Orishas, and through the souls of our ancestors, Ashe continues to flow. In every sunrise, in every heartbeat, and in every word spoken with intention. Ashe is not just a myth, it is the pulse of creation, a reminder that within every human being lies a spark of that same divine command, the power that once shaped the stars. do you recognize someone who carries the mysterious force of Ashe? Can it be seen or only felt? Among the Yoruba, it is said that Ashe reveals itself quietly, not in loud displays of power, but in presence. To feel a person's Ashe is to feel a subtle pull, like gravity. You may not understand why, but something inside you listens when they speak. Their words carry weight. Their silence commands respect. When they enter a room, the air itself seems to shift. Elders in Yoruba land often say, Ashe ni Zoro, ki ise ahon. It is Ashe that speaks, not the tongue. True influence does not come from speech alone. It comes from the divine force that backs it. People with strong Ashe are believed to carry a kind of radiance, not physical beauty, but a magnetic glow others sense instantly. Children and animals are drawn to them. The troubled find calm in their presence. Even the skeptical, without knowing why, pretend to listen. This glow is not imagined. In Yoruba cosmology, Ashe flows through the Ori, the inner consciousness and destiny of every person. When a person is aligned with their Ori, their Ashe shines unblocked, clear, and strong. Those who carry it rarely need to boast. Calmness becomes their crown, humility their weapon. Their mere presence reminds others of something sacred, an ancient power unseen, but deeply felt. The Yoruba teach that Ashe expresses itself through character, not appearance. Those with potent Ashe share timeless qualities. Charisma. Their words inspire effortlessly. They attract rather than force. Intuition. They sense right from wrong before others can see it. Courage. Even in fear, they act with conviction, as if guided by unseen hands. Calm power. Their stillness commands attention. They need no shouting. Creativity. Musicians, poets, and artists channel Ashe through their art, touching souls. Wisdom and empathy. They see the divine patterns in life and treat it with deep respect. But the Yoruba warn, Ashe amplifies both light and shadow. Guided by pride or anger, it can burn. Guided by love and humility, it heals and uplifts. Some traditions say those with strong Ashe display subtle physical or spiritual signs, a peculiar brightness in the eyes, a rhythm in their movements that feels almost musical, dreams that come true, words, whether blessings or curses, that manifest quickly. These are not superstitions. They are signs of alignment. A Yoruba proverb reminds us, Okuntiaba so ni enu, ni oru ningabo. Whatever we speak with our mouths, heaven hears. When someone with strong Ashe speaks, heaven listens more closely because their words carry divine authority. Priests have reported seeing faint auras or feeling heat from the bodies of those with Ashe during rituals. Some are born with ancestral Ashe, inherited through lineages tracing back to ancient kings, healers, or even Orishas themselves. Throughout African history, men and women whose presence was more than human have been celebrated. Their Ashe-shaped kingdoms healed the sick and inspired nations. In the old Oyo Empire, the Alaafe, the king, was said to possess Ashe so strong that even gestures carried command. When he raised his hand, messengers moved. When he smiled, drums began. His words were law, not just by title, but by divine force. Drummers, too, carried concentrated Ashe. Through rhythm, they could summon Orishas. A master striking the bata drum perfectly could summon spirits to dance among the living. Healers, diviners, and herbalists carried Ashe in prayer. Their chants were not mere words. They were commands woven into melody, vibrating with divine intention. Even storytellers were vessels of Ashe. When a griot spoke before a fire, words could lift hearts, stir tears, awaken pride. The Yoruba say, Akoso ni Nda Ashe Sile. The storyteller gives birth to Ashe. Stories were never just entertainment. They were acts of creation, weaving human and spiritual worlds together through the living thread of speech. Far across the Atlantic, in Bahia, Brazil, the legacy of Ashe continued. During a candomblé ceremony in the 1960s, witnesses described a young laborer entering a trance as drums called the orishas. Her body trembled. Her voice chanted in fluent ancient Yoruba, words recognized by elders as sacred invocations, rarely heard outside West Africa. Drummers stopped, mesmerized. The observing priestess whispered, Ashe Tijininu Re. The Ashe has awakened within her. Afterward, the woman remembered nothing of the language she had spoken, but witnesses swore the air shimmered, as though reality itself had listened. They had seen pure living Ashe, the same divine force flowing through ancestors, now speaking again through her. Even today, whispers among elders speak of people, musicians, leaders, visionaries, who unknowingly carry ancestral Ashe. They influence multitudes without formal training as priests. They speak, and millions listen. They sing, and generations awaken. The Yoruba remind us, Omo ori rere kole sonu. A child born under a powerful destiny cannot hide. Ancestral Ashe never dies. It sleeps, waiting to awaken when the world needs it. Through drums, song, and creation, ancient powers find new voices. To sense Ashe in another is to feel something familiar, as if you have met them beyond this world. It is not about fame or title, but vibration. When someone speaks truth with Ashe, your body responds before your mind does. Chills, warmth, sudden tears, all are signs. In moments of pure alignment, in prayer, creation, or love, you may feel it within yourself. A quiet surge of power, a deep knowing, a peace beyond explanation. That is your Ashe answering. Many have tried to define Ashe, yet it cannot be trapped in words. It is the whisper that moves oceans, the command that turns seed into forest, the breath of gods within human speech. When someone walks in harmony with their ori, their Ashe flows naturally, like a river finding its course. No ritual is needed, no secret incantation, only truth, humility, and courage. Ashe does not belong to one person. It flows through all, the divine thread connecting creation, the living, and the ancestors. If you meet someone whose words touch your soul, whose presence calms your spirit, or whose art awakens something ancient within you, you have met a carrier of Ashe. And in that moment, your own begins to stir. For Ashe calls to Ashe, always. Across the lands of Yorubaland, from the bustling city of Ibadan to the sacred groves of Sogbo, there are rhythms that are not merely heard, but deeply felt. The heartbeat of the drum, the whisper of the diviner's chant, the scent of burning herbs in the night air. Each of these is a language spoken to the unseen world. This is the way humanity speaks to the divine, and it is through this sacred conversation that Ashe, the life force of all creation, is awakened, directed, and renewed. Ashe is always present, like the air we breathe, but through ritual, it is focused. Through intention, it becomes visible. In Yoruba tradition, ritual is not superstition, it is science, the spiritual science of vibration. Every sound, every movement, every rhythm is chosen carefully because it carries frequency, and frequency carries Ashe. When a Babalawo, a male priest, or an Ayanifa, a female priestess, performs a ritual, they are not merely performing a ceremony. They are aligning energies. The offerings, songs, prayers, and instruments all serve to harmonize the human world, which is called Aye, with the divine realm, known as Rum. A typical invocation begins with the acknowledgement of Olodumare, the source of all Ashe, followed by praise to Esu Elegbara, the divine messenger. Esu is always saluted first, for without him, no prayer or offering can reach the Orishas. He carries Ashe across worlds, ensuring that every intention finds its destination. The priest's voice rises and falls in rhythm as he chants, Esu Baba Mi, Eje Ki Ona Mi Si, Ki Bokbo Oro Timo Soloni, Kun Fun Ashe, which translates to, Esu, my father, open my path. Let every word I speak today be filled with Ashe. These words are more than prayer, they are command. Each syllable, each tone, vibrates with purpose, summoning the flow of unseen power. As the chants continue, the air begins to shift. There is a heaviness, not oppressive, but electric, as if something ancient and intelligent has entered the space. That is the presence of Ashe, responding. Music, dance, and drumming are central to Yoruba ritual, because rhythm is creation itself. Drums are not merely instruments, they are living vessels of Ashe. Each drumbeat mirrors the pulse of the universe. Each rhythm imitates the heartbeat of the Orishas. The Bata drums, for example, speak directly to Sango, the Orisha of thunder and justice. When played correctly, they do not just represent the divine, they summon it. In certain sacred festivals in Ile Ife, drummers perform patterns so ancient that only the initiated can recognize them. When these rhythms are struck under moonlight, elders say the Orishas themselves descend, not as visions, but as vibrations felt in the body, stirring the soul. A witness from the 1970s described such a night. The drums spoke like thunder. The wind rose, and people fell into trance. It was as if fire and water danced together. The Orishas had come. That is Ashe, in motion, raw, rhythm, and alive. Certain objects are believed to hold powerful concentrations of Ashe. These are not random symbols. Each one is spiritually consecrated through ritual, song, and offering. The kola nut, known as Obi, is used in divination. Its breaking and interpretation connect human intention with divine wisdom. Each segment represents the dialogue between heaven and earth. Cowries, called Owo Eyo, once served as currency, now symbolize prosperity and are used to read messages from the Orishas. Beads, or eleke, worn around the neck or wrists, are not mere decorations but spiritual seals, each color linked to a specific Orisha and their Ashe. The Ople chain, a sacred chain used in Ifa divination, communicates with Orunmila, the Orisha of wisdom. When cast, it translates divine guidance into patterns of truth. Even drums themselves, consecrated with animal offerings, prayers, and chants, must carry Ashe before they can speak to the spirits. As the Yoruba say, a drum without Ashe cannot call the gods. Used correctly, these objects are not merely tools. They become living extensions of divine energy. To awaken Ashe within oneself or one's surroundings, traditional priests follow three guiding principles: intention, purity, and alignment. Intention, called Efi, is essential because Ashe responds only to clear purpose. You cannot deceive it. It reads the heart before the words. A priest must approach every ritual with truth, knowing exactly what is being asked and why. Purity, called Mimo, is equally vital. Before invoking Ashe, the body and spirit must be cleansed. Ritual baths made from herbs, such as basil, Nubuldia laevis, and Ewe Ewe, remove spiritual blockages, preparing the vessel, the body, for the divine current. Alignment, known as atosona, ensures that true ashe flows only when human will aligns with divine order. That is why divination always precedes ritual. Through Ifa, the priest confirms that the timing and purpose are approved by the Orishas. When intention, purity, and alignment converge, Ashe moves freely, like lightning finding its path to the ground. In modern times, however, the word Ashe has often been misunderstood outside its traditional context. It is sometimes confused with the Western idea of manifestation or positive energy. While both speak of creating reality through thought and intention, their foundations are very different. Manifestation, as popularly taught, centers the self. I attract, I desire, I want. Ashe, on the other hand, centers divine order. It is not about forcing reality, but aligning with it. You cannot command Ashe. You invite it through respect, character, and humility. If your Ori, your inner destiny, does not agree with your request, Ashe will not obey. A Babalawo once explained, the mouth can speak anything, but Ashe listens only to truth. You do not control Ashe, you cooperate with it. This is why Yoruba prayers often end with Ashe, not as a demand, but as a sacred affirmation, meaning, may it be so, if it is aligned with divine will. Among the forests near the ancient city of Ife, there are whispers of hidden shrines, where priests once went to amplify their inner vision. Inside, only the sound of the wind through leaves and soft chanting could be heard. An old story tells of a priestess who entered such a shrine, seeking guidance for her people. Her elders instructed her to chant a sacred verse known as Orinimo, the Song of Light, for 7 nights under the new moon. On the 7th night, as her voice trembled with exhaustion, she felt something awaken within her, a vision that lasted only moments, but changed her life forever. When she returned to her village, her intuition was sharp, her speech clear, and her decisions just. People said her Ashe had been renewed, her spirit polished by light. Elders still whisper that whoever finds such a shrine, if it still exists, may awaken similar clarity for 7 days and 7 nights. Believable or not, the lesson remains. Ashe grows through devotion and discipline, not shortcuts or greed. While individuals may hold Ashe, its power multiplies in unity. During Yoruba festivals, whether the Asun Sogbo Festival, the Egungun masquerades, or the celebrations of Sango, hundreds gather with shared intention. Each drumbeat, each clap, each chant becomes a channel for collective Ashe. The atmosphere becomes electric. You can feel the vibration in your bones, the pulse in your heart syncing with the rhythm of the drums. It is said that during such moments, the veil between worlds thins, and the Orishas walk among their children once more. A Yoruba proverb explains, the Ashe of one person is not enough. True power arises when a community breathes together, speaks together, and celebrates together, reminding the world that Ashe belongs to all creation. To channel Ashe is to carry responsibility. It is not for showing off or bending others to one's will. It is a partnership between the divine and the human, a dialogue of respect. Elders often warn young initiates. Power does not come before character. No amount of ritual can substitute for good character. Even the most sacred drum loses its voice if the drummer's heart is impure. That is why the greatest priests and priestesses are often the humblest. They know that Ashe does not belong to them. They merely serve as vessels through which it flows. Through rituals, songs, dance, and prayer, humanity has learned to communicate with the invisible world. But Ashe itself remains a living mystery, one that cannot be fully explained, only experienced. when the drums call and the spirits answer, when a healer's prayer restores life, or when a song lifts an entire community into joy. That is Ashe revealed. It is the same force that once shaped the stars, now moving through the heartbeat of humankind. And so, the Yoruba continue to sing, to dance, and to pray, not to summon power for its own sake, but to remain in harmony with the current of creation. In every ritual, the goal is the same, to remember that we too are vessels of Ashe. Every current of energy has two faces. Fire can warm a home, or it can destroy it. Water gives life, yet in excess, it drowns. So too with Ashe, the invisible force that flows through every word, thought, and breath. Among the Yoruba, elders teach that Ashe itself is never evil. It is pure power, neutral, balanced, eternal. But in the hands of a person with an unclean heart, that same power can twist into something heavy and dangerous. The Yoruba call this misuse aseburuku, meaning spoiled or corrupted, Ashe. Ashe follows character. When someone acts out of envy, greed, or revenge, their inner vibration changes. Instead of harmony, they create dissonance, like striking the wrong note in a sacred song. That dissonance still moves through the world. It still creates effects. But those effects bring imbalance, sickness, confusion, spiritual blindness. Elders often explain it through a simple image. When pure water flows through a dirty calabash, it cannot remain clean. The calabash is the human heart. No matter how strong your chants, no matter how costly your offerings, Ashe will always reflect what lives inside you. Throughout Yoruba history, there have been those who sought to control Ashe rather than serve it. They are known in whispers as Aje, so, or in modern speech, witches and sorcerers. Yet their story is complex. In the oldest traditions, Aje were not automatically evil. They were the hidden mothers of power, women born with deep spiritual sensitivity, able to travel in dreams and perceive unseen currents. But over centuries, some turned away from balance. Instead of using Ashe for healing or protection, they began to feed on fear, jealousy, and domination. Legends tell of markets that vanished overnight because an angry Aje withdrew her blessing, of farmers whose fields refused to grow because they mocked a woman rumored to carry shadow power. Whether literal or symbolic, these tales remind us that energy follows intention. To wound others with Ashe is to wound the very web that sustains oneself. One story often told by storytellers around Oyo speaks of Adekunle, a gifted diviner whose pride eclipsed his wisdom. He could read the opal chain, the sacred tool of Ifa divination, with unmatched accuracy. Kings consulted him, warriors trusted him, and even priests came seeking his counsel. But admiration turned to arrogance. When his predictions began to fail, Adekunle blamed others instead of examining his own impatience. He performed rituals not sanctioned by Ifa, mixing foreign charms with sacred chants, hoping to multiply his power. For a time, it seemed to work. Clients flocked to him, and his name carried weight. Then the imbalance came. His dreams filled with smoke. The sound of drums haunted him. Crops around his compound withered. Eventually, Adekunle himself fell ill, not of the body, but of the spirit. A Babalawo who examined him said only one sentence. He tried to drink the ocean of Ashe through a straw. It is said that before his death, Adekunle confessed that every shortcut he took left a stain upon his own ori, his inner destiny. His story survives as a soft warning. Do not seek to own what was meant to flow through you. Some traditions within Yoruba cosmology acknowledge that Ashe can be sent as a curse or a binding, but such acts are bound by a cosmic law, the law of return. What one sends out must pass through the sender first. Therefore, a curse never leaves untouched the heart that forged it. The Yoruba say, the power you use to burn another will first eat your own hand. Because of this, wise priests refuse requests for revenge magic. Instead, they perform rituals of cooling, washing away anger, settling dust, restoring balance. True mastery of Ashe lies not in attack, but in restoration. When Ashe becomes polluted by wrongdoing, lies, or misuse, the Yoruba perform Ebo Iwefa, the ritual of cleansing sacrifice. It may involve water gathered at dawn, palm oil, white cloth, and simple words of release. The goal is not punishment, but purification, returning Ashe to its natural flowing state. Many modern people think of cleansing as symbolic, but to Yoruba priests, it is vibrational. A room thick with anger feels heavy because its Ashe is clogged. A sincere prayer, fresh water, or even the sound of laughter can begin to clear it. That is why elders say that children's laughter is a sign of spiritual health in a home. Every word carries Ashe. That truth, so simple, is also perilous. A careless insult, a false accusation, a word spoken in rage, all of these release energy into motion. This is why Yoruba culture treasures the art of speech, known as orosiso, speaking with awareness. Before elders address a crowd, they often pause, touch the tip of a finger to water, and whisper, "May my own words not destroy me." It is a moment of humility, a reminder that language itself is sacred technology. In the modern world, some outsiders approach Yoruba spirituality through online trends or commercial rituals, mixing sacred chants with foreign symbols for quick success or wealth. Elders view this as a form of spiritual pollution, not because outsiders cannot learn, but because intention has been replaced by spectacle. Ashe cannot be bought or sold. It answers sincerity, not display. When used for greed, it becomes restless. When used for healing, it multiplies. The true initiate works quietly, unseen, ensuring every action honors both Orisha and community. Yoruba philosophy never erases the shadow. Darkness is not simply evil, it is the mirror that reveals what remains unhealed. When misfortune comes after misuse of Ashe, it is not always punishment. Sometimes it is correction. Through suffering, one learns humility. Through loss, one learns gratitude. When balance is restored, the current of Ashe flows stronger than before. Elders summarize this wisdom in a single proverb: without pain, there is no knowledge. To restore harmony after wrongdoing, the Yoruba prescribes simple but profound acts. Confession, or tewoba, is to speak the truth before your ori and your elders. Naming the mistake removes its secret power. Reparation, or suna, is to make amends, even symbolically, to those harmed. A gift, a prayer, or service to the community rebalances the flow. Cleansing, or wepa, involves bathing in cool water, lighting white candles, calling upon Sun for emotional purification, and Obatala for clarity. Realignment through Ifa invites divination to learn what lesson the imbalance carries, followed precisely. Faith without discipline is incomplete. When these steps are followed with sincerity, Ashe forgives, because it seeks only balance, never vengeance. Perhaps the highest form of mastery is silence. In silence, words cannot wound, energy cannot scatter. Great priests say that when one's inner rhythm becomes steady enough, merely being present can calm storms and heal conflict. This is called Ashe Titi, the quiet power that needs no display. An old verse of Ifa declares, "The loud river floods its banks, the silent stream carves the rock." True Ashe works in the same way, gentle, patient, unstoppable. The forbidden side of Ashe is not a separate realm of darkness. It is a reminder that creation and destruction share the same source. Just as lightning and sunlight come from the same sky, benevolent and harmful energies arise from the same divine current. To walk the Yoruba path is to live with awareness, to know that every action, every word, every heartbeat adds color to the great fabric of existence. When that awareness is lost, Ashe becomes shadow. When it is remembered, Ashe becomes light. And so, before each ritual, before each sunrise, the wise still whisper a prayer older than memory. May my Ashe serve harmony. May my words build, not break. May the power that lives in me honor the power that lives in all. Ashe. When the ships left the shores of West Africa centuries ago, they did not carry only chains. They carried memory. They carried rhythm. They carried the invisible breath of the divine. Ashe. Hidden in the hearts of those forced across the sea. It is said that when the Yoruba were taken into bondage, they whispered to the winds, Ashe Koniku, meaning Ashe will never die. And it never did. Across Cuba, Brazil, Haiti, Trinidad, and even the southern United States, the current of Ashe continued to flow, silent at times, but alive, reshaping itself to survive. When the enslaved Yoruba arrived in the New World, they faced a world that tried to erase their gods, their language, and their names. But Ashe cannot be erased. It hides in symbols, in songs, and in the rhythm of drums. In Cuba, Yoruba traditions fused with Catholic imagery to become Santeria, known as La Regla de Ocha. In Brazil, the same spirit emerged as Candomblé. In Trinidad and parts of the Caribbean, it lived through Ifa and Shango Baptists. Even in the bayous of Louisiana, Ashe whispered beneath the veil of voodoo. Each place gave the Orishas new faces, new names, but their essence remained the same. Obatala became linked with Our Lady of Mercy. Shango merged with St. Barbara, still roaring with thunder in his hands. Ogun wore the mask of St. George, his iron tools, now symbols of strength and work. Oshun, the river goddess of sweetness, was remembered through golden statues of Our Lady of Charity. Through these transformations, Ashe adapted like water, changing shape but never losing its power to flow. Perhaps the most powerful vessel of Ashe in the diaspora was, and remains, the drum. When Yoruba drummers play, they do not merely make music. They speak the tonal language of the gods. The Bata drums of Nigeria found their way into Havana, Bahia, and Port of Spain, carved again from wood, blessed with rum and smoke, and taught to speak the same ancient syllables. Shango, Kabiyesi, Obatala, Alagbaye, Oshun, Yaye-o. The sound was more than rhythm. It was communication. Even when overseers banned native languages, the slaves could still speak through drums. The Orishas could still be called through coded beats. And when the drummers played long enough, people entered trance, shaking, crying, laughing. The Orishas were believed to have descended to dance among their children. In the city of Salvador, Brazil, one night in 1987, a famous torero, a temple of the Orishas, held a large festival to honor Shango. Over 300 people were said to fall into trance simultaneously when the drummers struck a certain rhythm. Witnesses claimed the air itself began to vibrate, like thunder without lightning. The priests called it O Ashe do Trovão, the power of thunder. Few people know that during the colonial era, some Catholic priests secretly documented these rituals, not to destroy them, but out of awe. In the archives of old monasteries in Bahia and Havana, historians have discovered fragments of diaries describing nights when statues seemed to breathe, or the drums summoned unexplainable winds. One legend tells of a Jesuit scholar who recorded the chants of an Orisha ceremony using early phonograph technology. When he played the record back later, he reportedly heard voices singing that were not human, tones too deep and too layered for any single person to produce. The recording, according to rumor, vanished in a fire decades later. Some say the flames were part of the Axé reclaiming itself. Today, in places like Bahia, Brazil, the Orishas are no longer hidden. Their temples stand proudly. Women dressed in white dance in circles, their skirts flaring like waves. Each movement, each step, each drumbeat releases Axé into the air. In Cuba, Santeria priests known as Babalaos and Ialorishas still perform Ifa divination, the same sacred system born in Yoruba lands. They throw palm nuts, read the Odu verses, and invoke Olodumare through the name of Olofi. Even when words are mispronounced after centuries of evolution, believers say, Axé still recognizes intention. It is not the accent that calls the Orisha, an old Cuban priest once said. It is the heart. In Trinidad, drum festivals for Shango thunder through the night, a bridge between African gods and Caribbean souls. In Haiti, LWA spirits like Papa Legba and Erzuli bear resemblance to the Orishas, showing that the breath of Axé crossed more than geography. It crossed cultures. Modern scientists who study sound frequencies and collective consciousness might describe Axé. In other words, energy, vibration, biofield. But at its core, the idea is strikingly similar. When hundreds of people sing, chant, or drum in rhythm, their brainwaves synchronize, their heartbeats align. The air itself begins to carry measurable changes in vibration. To Yoruba elders, that is not science. It is simply Axé responding. They knew long ago that intention, sound, and emotion could alter reality's texture. Every prayer, every song, every focused act of love or anger sends ripples through the unseen field that connects all beings. Modern physics might call it resonance. Yoruba cosmology calls it Axé. In recent decades, thousands of Africans in the diaspora have begun to rediscover their spiritual roots. DNA tests, oral history projects, and cultural revival movements have inspired many to travel back to Nigeria, Benin, and Togo, tracing the path of their ancestors. A young woman from New York once described visiting Ile Ife for the first time. Standing before the sacred grove of Oshun, she said she felt an overwhelming vibration, a quiet hum under her feet. She knelt and began to weep without knowing why. An elder nearby smiled gently and said, "Your spirit remembers." That remembrance, that awakening, is also Axé. African musicians, poets, and artists around the world continue to channel Axé, whether they call it that or not. When Fela Kuti played his saxophone, many said his music carried the fire of Shango himself. When contemporary artists in Lagos, Rio, or Havana create, they often speak of feeling a flow, a state beyond thinking. That flow is Axé in motion, shaping rhythm, form, and emotion into existence. Even in hip-hop and spoken word, the idea of speaking things into being echoes Yoruba wisdom. Every time someone declares, "I am," they are unknowingly invoking Axé, the command of creation through voice. Many people who have never heard the word Axé still live by its principle. When someone says amen after a prayer, they are affirming energy into reality. When they clap 3 times to seal a wish, or knock on wood to prevent bad luck, they are unconsciously honoring the ancient belief that intention shapes events. Across cultures, from Asia to the Americas, similar currents appear. The Chinese concept of qi, the Indian prana, the Polynesian mana. Each one, in its own language, speaks of an intelligent force that links spirit and matter. Among all these, She stands as Africa's original articulation of that sacred truth. For the descendants of the enslaved, She became a thread of continuity, proof that even when everything else was stripped away, their ancestors' breath still lived inside them. Through lullabies, rhythm, cooking, and community, they kept the divine pulse alive. There is a saying among candomblé practitioners in Brazil: the sea is never angry at the river because the river carries its blood. In the same way, the diaspora and the motherland are not separate. They share one flow of Ashe. Today, every time someone in Salvador dances for Ocean, or a drummer in Havana beats the bata in honor of Shango, that power circles the world and returns to Africa, like the tide returning home. Ashe is the quiet current beneath all human movement, migration, music, memory, and faith. It is proof that even across the greatest suffering, something divine endures. Chains can break the body, but they cannot silence the force that speaks creation itself. The diaspora is not merely a story of loss, it is a story of transformation. Ashe crossed the ocean, changed its language, learned to wear new masks, and yet remained whole. It reminds us that nothing sacred ever truly dies. It only transforms, waiting to be remembered. And when it is remembered, it awakens. Ashe lives in every drumbeat, every prayer, every dream of freedom. It has never left us, and it never will. There is a moment in every soul's journey when the noise of the world fades and something ancient within begins to whisper. It may come as a dream, a quiet nudge, or an unexplainable yearning for meaning. That whisper is Ashe, the divine energy of creation, the breath of existence, the spark that gives life its rhythm and direction. To awaken Ashe is to remember that your life was never random. It was crafted with purpose, a purpose woven into your very being before you took your first breath. In Yoruba wisdom, every soul is born with an ori, the inner head, the spiritual consciousness that carries your destiny. Before birth, it is said that your soul stands before Olodumare, the supreme source, to choose its path. You select the lessons, the gifts, and even the challenges that will shape your evolution on Earth. This divine contract, your Ayanmo, becomes the sacred script of your destiny. Yet, destiny does not unfold automatically. It must be activated, guided, and aligned. This is where Ashe comes in. The animating power that allows your destiny to move, breathe, and manifest. Without Ashe, even the most beautiful destiny remains dormant. But when your Ashe awakens, your life begins to harmonize. Opportunities align. Intuition sharpens. You begin to walk in step with the rhythm of creation itself. Ashe shapes your purpose not by force, but by resonance. It draws you toward what your soul already knows to be true. But there is a secret the elders have always known. Ashe does not respond to arrogance or pretense. It bends toward truth, humility, and integrity. In Yoruba thought, the true foundation of power is Wakale, gentle, good character. This virtue is not weakness, it is balance. It means living with calmness, patience, and respect for the interconnectedness of all things. A person may chant 1,000 incantations or wear the most sacred beads, but without wa pele, their ashe remains unsteady, like water poured into a cracked calabash. To cultivate ashe is not to gather energy by domination, but to refine the vessel that carries it. Humility allows the energy to flow freely. Compassion aligns it with divine harmony. And authenticity, being true to who you are, amplifies it beyond measure. Ashe cannot be faked. It recognizes the vibration of truth, the same way a drum recognizes its rhythm. When you act from your ego, chasing validation or power, your ashe becomes scattered and weak. But when you act from your essence, your ori, it gathers strength, purpose, and clarity. Power is not in how loud your voice is, but in how aligned your spirit is. You cannot command ashe through force. It only responds to alignment. Imagine a flute. The breath, the energy, is the same. But if the flute is misaligned, the sound becomes noise. When it is straight and tuned, that same breath becomes music. So it is with you and ashe. The music of your destiny begins when your life is in tune with your truth. There was once a young woman named Adiola, born in London to Nigerian parents, who had long left their ancestral home. She grew up feeling divided, African in blood, but Western in identity. Though successful by every standard, something in her spirit felt muted, as though a vital part of her had been forgotten. One night, after months of exhaustion and restlessness, she dreamed she was standing in a vast golden field. An old woman approached her, wrapped in flowing white cloth, her face radiant, yet familiar. The woman said, "You have forgotten your voice, child. You left it at the crossroads when you forgot who you are." She reached out, touched Adiola's lips, and whispered a single word, "Ashe." When Adiola awoke, her heart was racing, her body trembling as if energy was coursing through her veins. That morning, for the first time in years, she felt drawn to speak Yoruba, a language she once resisted. Her voice, once hesitant, now carried warmth and gravity. In time, she began writing poetry inspired by her dreams, her ancestors, and her rediscovered roots. She said later, "It was like someone gave me my voice back, as if a river began flowing inside me again." Her story is not rare. Many across the diaspora speak of moments of awakening, of dreams, coincidences, or ancestral visitations that realign them with who they truly are. In Yoruba understanding, such an event is not fantasy, but ashe, awakening, the soul remembering its original frequency. To live in alignment with your ashe is to become conscious of every thought, word, and action as a ripple in the spiritual current. It is to move with intention, to speak with awareness, and to create from the heart. The elders say, "Ashe resides where peace resides." This peace is not the absence of challenge, but the presence of clarity. It comes when you stop resisting your own path and begin to honor your ori, your unique direction in the cosmic order. Alignment does not mean perfection. It means returning to center again and again. Each time you act with kindness, forgive with sincerity, or speak truthfully, your ashe expands. Each time you let go of envy, pride, or deceit, your ashe refines itself. The path of ashe is the path of gentle mastery, of becoming both student and vessel of divine power. There is an old teaching that says, before you were born, your ashe was chosen. Your energy, your gifts, even your voice, all were decided in the sacred realm before you arrived. Some chose the Ashe of healing, others of leadership, artistry, teaching, or transformation. Your calling is not something to chase, it is something to remember. Your purpose is already within you, quietly waiting beneath the noise of fear and expectation. The more you live truthfully, the more you honor your Ori, practice Iwapile, and speak with sincerity, the more that hidden Ashe begins to reveal itself in your everyday life. Close your eyes once more and take a deep breath. Feel the rhythm of your heart, the silent drum of your own universe. That pulse is not just biology, it is creation itself, echoing through you. You are not separate from Ashe. You are Ashe in human form. Every word you speak, every kindness you give, every dream you dare to follow, these are acts of creation flowing through you. Awakening. Ashe is not about becoming someone new. It is about remembering who you were before the world told you to forget. It is about walking with humility, loving with courage, and living with intention, so that every breath becomes an offering of purpose. Your life is not an accident. It is a continuation of an ancient promise, a sacred agreement made before time. To awaken Ashe within is to honor that promise and to live not as a shadow, but as light, aligned, purposeful, and fully alive.
Ashe. They will put more down, okay? Well, I hope y'all enjoyed that. Until next time, love y'all. Like, subscribe, share, and comment. Thank y'all for coming.